Hey guys, this is Spanky Hayes, and I want to say something, whether it's comedy, acting, or just in general real life. I use my A game. I gotta have the A game. I pack it in every pocket. I got one pill in every pocket, and every pair of pants I got. Listen, entertaining y'all is hard sometimes. I gotta fly to Dallas, then to Denver, then to New York, then to LA, then to Detroit. Come on, man. That tires me out. I just take the A game now. I don't have that problem no more. I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night with the A game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Guess what I just took?
What?
A game, A game, A game, A game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, everybody. How we doing today? I didn't forget my Invisaligns today. I have them on today. I wonder if this should be closer. How is everybody? We doing good on the likes. Good on the likes. 100 likes would be appreciated. Thank you. So hopefully everyone is doing well. Today is going to be a little bit interesting in terms of what we talk about today. While we cannot blame black men for our problems, for the problems of black women, for the hand that we have dealt, the things that we have done, the culpability that we have. One moment. My apologies. So let me go ahead and get to what I'm really talking about here. I heard a quote today from Sister Shahrazad Ali that said, "Black men's guilt does not assure black women's innocence." Black men's guilt does not assure black women's innocence. So constantly trying to find a way and to have co-accountability, we're not dealing with that. That's why I don't deal with it on this channel. Are black men guilty of X, Y, Z? Do they have a part? Everyone has accountability. Accountability is for everybody. But whatever black men collectively are guilty of has nothing to do with what black women are collectively guilty of. Nothing. Nothing. At all. Black women never like the focus to be put upon them and them alone. See, we only like the focus when we think it makes us look good, when we think it makes us look powerful, when we think that it makes us look like we're in charge, or makes us look like we know what we're talking about, or makes us look vindicated, or makes us look innocent, or makes us look righteous. We don't like the spotlight to be put on us when that spotlight is harsh. When that spotlight makes us look like the villain in the story, not the heroine in the story. We do not have time. We, as a race of black people and as a group of black women, we do not have time for we worse than that meme of Spider-Man where it's like 3 Spider-Mans and each one of them is pointing at the other. We worse than that. We don't have time for the blame game. We are dying in more than several different ways and on several different fronts. And trying to figure out the minutia. Okay, well, if I got this problem, then find what part black men played in that problem. Because then I can have a little hatch I can escape out of, my escape hatch from accountability. Because if I can throw it on black men to say they did XYZ or they didn't do XYZ, and that's why I'm doing or not doing what I'm supposed to do, or doing what I'm not supposed to do, then that's just I need the escape hatch. Let's talk about some of these gaslighting techniques and talking points. Now I'm just going to knock down one by one today because I'm tired. I'm tired of us giving in to false narratives because they make us feel good, because they absolve us of accountability and responsibility for anything. Like I said before, a couple of weeks ago, repeating the question that Auntie Shahrazad Ali asked What portion, what percentage of accountability do you accept in this great big mess of ours? And then what are you going to do about it? Number one, focusing only on black women absolves black men, or you trying to say they perfect. No. But black men have never been absolved of anything. They are never absolved. They are always held to task for all problems in the black community, real or imagined, minimized or exaggerated. Black men are always held to task. Black women had the microphone in their hands for like 40 years straight without any interruption to tell the whole world about how dirty black men were, how down low they supposedly were, how ill-equipped for life that they were, how bad of leaders that they were, how bad of husbands and mates that they were, how bad of fathers that they were, how they were undereducated, how they were biologically predisposed to criminal activity. How they were biologically predisposed to being betas and worthless men that were only good for being bucks. You could only get good sex out of them. Not much else. Not good for nothing else. Years, generations of black women were indoctrinated in this manner. Can I get 200 likes? Come on. Bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. To such an extent that women of other races, women of other cultures treat black men how black women treat black men. Kim Kardashian, anyone? You know what I heard about just today? I was today years old when I heard about it. Thank you, Norrin. That Kanye had to convince Kim to not work and make a business deal with a company that was, get this, making bootleg Yeezy items. That man, who had a heck of a time even breaking into that line of business as a black man, because we know that the fashion industry is ruled by alphabet community palm colored men. Had to pay her $1 million to not do it. You taught other women how to disrespect the black man no matter what his status is. No matter how much money he make, y'all claim y'all gonna submit to a high value, high earning man. No, you don't. And you taught other women how to not do that. That black men were not worthy of of respect, of being men, no matter how manly they are. That's such a betrayal of your husband. I could never. Think of my husband own a business that I would even slightly, a little bit entertain. Not even in my deepest REM sleep am I gonna entertain doing any form of business with a company that makes knockoffs of what my husband has spent his blood, sweat, tears, and money making. How you gonna take money out your husband's pocket? You supposed to be putting money in his pocket, not taking money out his dang on pocket. Let me get back to it. Black men's accountability, his guilt over anything, doesn't have anything to do with what black women are guilty of. Like I said, 30, 40 years on a soapbox about everything that was possibly wrong with black men. Whether it was true or not, whether you had exaggerated it or not, whatever, it didn't matter. We blame them for leaving the home. We blame them for not marrying us. We blame them. We blamed them, but we never went back before that happened to see why that happened. Then you got folks now, because they have millions of people on their platform, having the audacity to tell black men that whatever their issues are, they need to say that behind the scenes. Black women didn't say nothing behind no scene. They came right out in front and told they didn't just have these talks within the communities, within the families, within the church houses, within the town halls, they didn't just have these conversations where black men and black women could work out these issues, get to the bottom of these issues and say, hey, we want you back in the home. We want you. No. They went on Oprah Winfrey's show. They went on Jenny Jones' show. They went on Sally Jesse Raphael show. They went on Ricky Lake. They went on Montel Williams. They went everywhere. They made TV shows. They made movies. They wrote books. Now you mean to tell me when black men say we don't like these weaves and we don't like, all of this stuff? We don't like all of this stuff? Y'all need to keep that quiet. Why? Because y'all don't want to hear it? Because nobody examines black women for anything? You publicly castigated black men, shamed them, humiliated them before the world. You agreed with your historical oppressors about how no good and trifling and low down black men were. So we're going to focus on you, talking about black women's problems, especially the way that I do it. doesn't absolve black men. We just not talking about them right now. We talking about you and all the stuff you do. That's what we talking about. Let's move on to the next one. Focusing on black women's problems tears them down and is negative. Really. So me coming to actually point out once and for all, to call a spade, to call a thing, is now all of a sudden harmful and the tearing down of women, and it's negative to point out what's going on. Do black women think that this is a secret? Do the collective of black women honestly believe that their behavior has gone unnoticed by other black women who don't participate, black men, and the rest of the other demographics of people? When you display it everywhere, you everywhere with it. Now all of a sudden, people are supposed to not know what you do. We supposed to not know how you don't raise your kids right. We supposed to not know how you won't even teach your sons to read. And then you be the same one will get on social media somewhere and talk about what kind of education you got. Your girl is on the way to college with a scholarship and your son barely hanging on into school, and you believe he's biologically disposed to be dumb or to not look for education or to not aspire to anything when you don't give him any inspiration at all. And so me coming here, other women such as myself, getting on these platforms and talking about the dysfunction of black women, and how we deal with ourselves in dysfunction, how we deal with our family, with our mates, with our children, with the and that tears you down. But doing it don't tear you down. Make it make sense to me. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about you. And me being a black woman myself does not somehow make it to where I can't talk about y'all or else I'm not on y'all's side. On what side? See, before I can be on your side, you got to tell me what side you on. Thank you, Juan. So they will gladly say the future is female. What exactly? See, you got to tell me what side you on before I can tell you whether or not I'm on your side. Because if you're on the side of the lost value system, I'm not on your side. You doggone right I'm not on your side. You got it. You got it. I'm worse than the old boy that was doing that exercise video. That's it. You got it. That's it. That's it. If you're on the side of believing the biological lies that got us into this mess, what am I talking about when I say the biological lies? Crimson Q, what you talking about? These folks out here got you believing that black men are biologically and inherently dangerous to you. And not only that, that the men who have been historically dangerous to you and your kind are somehow your benevolent benefactor and savior. That's how twisted they got you. You told Merriam-Webster the definition of sellout, and you was like, just email me, I'll send you my picture to put next to the entry of sellout in the dictionary. Did I miss somebody? I thought I missed a super chat. I'm sorry. My apologies, y'all. Ain't nobody tearing y'all down because we talking about what you do. I'm talking about what Black women do in the hope that some of you, one of you, two of you, a few of you, thank you, Saint Germain, will listen and see yourself and take heed to it. When somebody come with a problem, they're not trying to tear you down. They're actually trying to build you up to make you see why you're in the place you're in and why you can't get out. So presenting the problem, thank you, Son Moses, presenting the problem to you is not meant to tear you down. Now, I did hit you upside the head with it, but that's because you wasn't paying attention. I did hit you upside the head with it. Because you need to be hit upside the head with it. Because you don't acknowledge it. That's why you don't acknowledge it. Somebody tell you what the issue is with you, you don't acknowledge that issue. You deflect, which is why I said you can't blame Black men for your problems. They got their own set of problems. Has nothing to do with you. But what I'm going to do right now is I am going to go on a commercial break. I'll be back with a couple of more points to cover. Be right back.
Okay, we're downloading A-Game's formula.
3, 2, 1.
You know, Pepper, that's why Pepper Potts ain't in there. Because he took that A game. You see what I'm saying? Pepper Potts ain't in there. She's somewhere in Stark Tower, knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why is that one of my favorite commercials, though? Like, I love that commercial. It's, like, so hilarious to watch it. Because there's no way that he would really be moving like that in that suit, though. Funny how he can fight in the suit, but he can't, like, dance in the suit. Like, I find that to be, like, super hilarious to me. She's somewhere on the balcony on one of them patio chairs, knocked out. She knocked out. Y'all know she knocked out. Anyway. Oh, he danced once? Oh, okay. In any case, let's move on. Focusing only on Black women's problems indicates that you hate Black women. I didn't say Spark Tower, I said Stark Tower. Focusing only on Black women's problems indicates that you hate Black women. I get accused of that all the time. Every Black woman that has ever said anything, dared to point the mirror at other Black women to see what it is that we do, all of a sudden, now we hate Black women. I was listening to Sister Shahrazad speak. And she was asked the question, what drove her to write the book that everybody thought was so controversial, The Black Man's Guide to the Black Woman, and why she was so critical of it. And she said that she had been lecturing, because she had written a book before about how to stop eating pork. And she was talking about, she had broken it down from a scientific point of view. She had broken it down with how, you can't kill the parasites that live in the pork even by cooking it, so forth and on. And she said that the Black men were happy to receive information that could improve their health and save their lives. She said she got resistance from that from Black women, who she said in her observation had refused to change cooking techniques, to change just not eat it, or change the food that they were cooking for their men, for their families, and all of these sorts of things. And she said the women gave her the most pushback, that they had refused to do anything about it. They had refused really to listen to it. And she said what that made her do was to think about, if Black women were pushing back this hard on feeding her family and her husband something healthy, and to stop feeding him something that is proven to be unhealthy, what else is she withholding or doing that is helping to ruin her family? What else is she doing? And that was a good question. And it was an attempt to answer that question is where Black Man's Guide to Black Women came from. And here is a similar question that we pose on this channel. Black people are in a very dire situation today, and we have been for generations now. We can't seem to get out of it. And we keep telling Black men to work harder, be smarter, do more, change your tactics, figure it out, lead us out of here. We keep pressuring him to fix it. But nobody turns around to look at Black women and say, well, are you helping him fix it? Nobody turned to say, well, we want him to do more and do better and all of this kind of stuff. We want him to, but are you helping him do any of it? Like, are you supporting him in any of this? And that's when, oh, you must hate Black women. We must hate Black women because we want you to help. I hate Black women because I'm trying to get y'all to understand key concepts of your oppression, which is biology, culture, and environment. Many of you still don't get that because you're too hung up on trying to make somebody feel bad for even talking about you in the first place. You so busy being upset that somebody has the audacity. I need 400 likes before I keep going. I need 400 likes and a little bit of support if you can. Just a few more likes to get to 400, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, NS. So keep bringing the truth we have to reveal. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruminant. So just because somebody turned around and asked you what you doing to actually help Black men do all of these things that we demand of him to do. We demand that he marry us. We demand that he protect us. We demand that he problem solve for us. We demand that he provide for us. We demand that he love us. We demand that he take care of us children, whether they his children or not. Thank you, Ismail. We demand, go fight white survivalism. Go build us a whole new country. Go build us a whole new system. And you don't even understand the system you're in anyway. And we can't even be bothered to turn around. Thank you, Fitty Fresh, to turn around and ask you, well, you want him to build, but did you at least bring a little cart of bricks over here so that he can just easily reach to get the brick instead of walking 2 miles back to get a few bricks? Did you bring some of the bricks over here to make it easy? No, why should I bring bricks? He a man. He should know how to do that. Thank you to Unveiling. So for the collection play, you always cooking. I run to YouTube for your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He a man. He should know what's going on. But you don't say that when you don't know how to be a woman. And then you want men to teach you how to be a woman. You want him to accept you in your chaotic state and then tame you and then tell you how he wants you to be a woman. And then you may or may not conform to that. Thank you, classic brother. Here's the next one. This is the one they think really gets you. And it don't. It don't have the effect you think it do at all. Putting down black women, quote unquote, telling them the truth, won't make you better than other black women, and it won't make the men choose you. You know what, Nicole? Thank you for posting that, beloved. If you can't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Let's talk about that for a second. Ain't nobody trying to rescue you out of your worst. You're not really supposed to be at your worst and then want some man to come save you from it while you make no effort to get out of that situation yourself. Then you fight him tooth and nail, kicking and screaming. And even if he do come to save you, you probably not going to listen to that because it ain't what you want to do. Because you want to be a bitch. You want to be in total control of herself. Right? Because out of all the things that your man might be to you, quick tip before I get back to it, and this is something that I learned the hard way. Out of all the things your man might be to you, therapist is not one of them things that he should ever be to you. So if you actually need some help, you need to find it. Thank you, Mahir. So remember that Allah has stated that no soul can bear burden of another soul, nor will intercession be accepted on behalf of another. Every soul will be made to account for what it has done. Ameen. Allahumma ameen. Thank you. Jazakallah bi khair. If he do see you at your worst, you better be trying to work out of it so he can see some potential for the best. And then that's really for couples that's got a history anyway. You know, if I'm married to my husband for the last 20, 30, 40 years, he probably seen me in a bad spot. Yeah. And if I've been a good woman, I don't expect that he would leave me in a bad spot. I expect that he will support me so I can get back to a good place. And guess what? That's reciprocal. Because you never meet a man at his worst and then love him until he's his best. You don't never do that. When you meet him at his worst, he a dusty bum broke dude that you ain't got time for. Love you at your worst. Because if you don't knock it off, putting black women down, quote unquote, telling them the truth, won't make you better or make the men choose you. See, that doesn't have the effect that hyenas think that has. It doesn't. Because I see through it. I know where it comes from. It comes from the interaction. No, not the interaction. The transaction. Everything that a woman do, for y'all to be so independent and so not needing a man, everything y'all do revolve around what men want. Or what you think they want. Or what you imagine that they want. You will go and almost kill yourself getting a BBL. Thank you again, Saint Germain. Getting a BBL because you think that'll make a man choose you. You will get weaved down to your kneecaps. They are literally getting weaved down to their kneecaps, y'all. Because you think that's what's gonna make a man choose you. What you won't do is actually the thing that men say they need you to do so that they can choose you. You won't do this. You will not get your spiritual self together. You will not get your health together. When they start talking about this weight and y'all being 266 pounds, and y'all get to talk about having a thyroid issue, if you don't knock it off, all of y'all ain't got no thyroid issue. You ain't even went to the doctor in the last couple of years. Y'all don't be getting no yearly, no annual checkup at the physician's office to even know if you had you point to your thyroid. Spell thyroid. You will not get your family situations together, from baby mama and baby daddy drama to your mom, you and your mama, y'all dramatic, to it, just name it. You name it. You got all kind of family problems. You won't get that together. You won't get your appearance, and you sure don't get your appearance together. You will not do that. You won't get these dance studios together. You will not figure out how to get some peace in your dwelling. You do not do it. The men want the 5 internal parts of the 10 life value system intact. That is marriage material. That's marriage material. He ain't really looking for you to have so much of the external values. Now, he don't want you to be a dead weight. He do not want, listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, just a little bit. I need to go off on a little bit of a tangent, y'all. Men don't like bums either. You with 2 kids still living in your mama house, you a bum. You a bum. They didn't like it on the Lapeef Network. Shout out to JR. When I was on there and I said, these women out here are bums. And I was specifically talking about Rick Ross's baby mama. And they didn't like that. A bum, yes. A B-U-M. He's not looking for you to provide for him, but he is looking for you to be an adult and competent as an adult to make adult decisions about your adult life, because he wants to see if he can rely on your counsel for anything. But if you too stupid to figure out how to be an adult in a first world country that caters to women, well, I don't know what to tell you, beloved. That makes you a bum, baby. Sorry. The last thing before I cut out of here. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you so much. Focusing only on problems doesn't bring the solution. When I talk about solutions, I usually talk about the 10 life value system, right? I talk about the 10 life value system. And when I talk to women about the 10 life value system, I have a tendency to focus on the internal 5. But that doesn't mean, nor should it suggest, that the external 5 are not just as important for women as the internal 5 are. They're just important for a little bit different reasons. Because when it comes to women and the external 5, more than having them is the ability to know how to support a man that has them. Having some understanding about what mobility is and all that it entails, which is difficult for women, it's difficult for me. Your education, understanding how you are to utilize that for the betterment of yourself, your people, and your husband, and your family. Yes? Profession, how to use these things. How you doing, Jacques? How to use these things. You how to utilize leisure, how to utilize wealth in support of your man, your family. But before we can work on this, if we don't understand the correlation between biology, culture, and environment, you cannot really work on the 10 life values. 10 life values is a personal journey. This is something for people individually to actually do to get their lives in order. But we cannot do anything if we don't understand this. And I'm going to start drilling down on biology, culture, and environment, and bioculturons, which is actually two different things. And the reason why I'm going to start drilling down on these things is because Black women, we don't understand it at all. We don't understand it at all. This is why I did the show that I did earlier. How you threw womanhood in the trash. You just handed over the mantle of womanhood to biological men everywhere. Because you didn't understand how them falsifying the biology would affect the culture, which would then affect the environment and the policies that we all now have to live under, whether we agreed with that or not. Because you had a hissy fit when that tea party came into that women's spa. And then came into the bathroom, the dressing room, or what have you. Thank you, Mikhail. Says, great to have the correct verbiage for the 10 life value system and bioculturons. Thank you so much. And it is great to have verbiage to express what we intrinsically are sensing and knowing. To be able to give word to it so that we all can understand what we're talking about. So many thanks, many thanks, and so much gratitude to Father's Time for this knowledge, for this verbiage, for giving us the terminology and giving us a place to focus it so that we can figure it out and move forward and not, go in circles and circles trying to, well, it's this part. Well, no, it's that part. It's all the parts. It's all the parts. These are the solutions. I focus on the problem, or I have been focusing on the problem because there is a solution. Thank you, Hood Cook. If we cannot acknowledge the problem, there's no use in moving to the solution. The solutions have been here. You just don't like them. You just don't like them. But there are women who do. There are women who appreciate what's going on here because they know that even though I'm speaking from a place of I guess people would call it tough love, I am speaking from a place of love. The charts that I show you are from a place of love. The concepts that they contain, the 10 life values, the valuable woman, the biology, culture, environment, even the lost value system, putting these things in a visual aid. Once again, much respect to Father's Time for that. It's done out of love. That's not done out of hate. That's not done out of trying to rub nobody's face or rub somebody's nose or that. None of that. None of that. Nobody promised us that the road was going to be easy. Because it is not. Because if we didn't love you, nobody would correct you. I could be doing anything on a YouTube channel. Do you know that I have all kinds of arts and craft skills? I could have a whole channel about making soap. I might actually do that. I could have a whole channel about crocheting. Do you know how much money crochet channels make? Do you know? Do you understand? I could have a whole channel about how to make XYZ. How to make little purses and come on. Channel have 1 million subscribers in a year. But my focus, my time, my energy, the energy of the people behind me, who are beside me, who are with me, their time, their energy, it's coming here for us. Because if we don't strive to save us, how we going who gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? These charts are not magical. Nobody's snapping their fingers and then all of a sudden there's a chart. People work on that. That's people's time. That's people's brain power. That's people's skill. That's people's energy. I can make a cooking channel. Y'all saw I said a cooking show. But them camera angles, I just foresee cooking shows to be a lot of editing. Because I got to actually film myself doing all the cooking. And then you got to come back and edit it to make it clean. Somebody block that troll for me. But anyway, I'm starting to make a habit of doing a little bit of overtime. But not today. Not today with overtime. Today won't be overtime, but it's A game time. Hey, 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 A game, A game, A game. A game, the number one male herbal solution. You're not gonna get nothing like this at Walgreens, y'all. This ain't at the dollar store, y'all. Okay? This stuff works. It works. It does increase a man's vitality, his strength, his energy, and his libido. It really does. And I know that there are so many men in my chat room that have already taken it, already on their A game. But if you aren't on your A game, if you struggling to get on your A game, if you want to be on your A game, but you don't know how to get on your A game, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat. That's how you get on your A game. And you get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10 and have this box of A game to put you on your A game coming to you ASAP. Okay? Awesome 5-star product and awesome 5-star service as well. So I want to thank everyone for their time, everyone for their generous contributions. I want to thank everyone for their likes. I want to thank my team, without which I could not be up here doing nothing. I really would have to have a crochet channel. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? But I really want to thank you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.